I've decided to at least temporarily ditch the auto feeder that I bought, the one that ostensibly and supposedly is designed to only open when the chickens stand on the feeding pad. But what I was finding out was that it worked more in theory than in practice. The chickens would stand on that pad, it would open, and then it would never close. Maybe it's because I bought a cheap one, but I mean, it wasn't cheap. It was still 70 bucks, but I didn't want to spend 300 on a feeder. So I'm gonna go back to this bucket feeder that I made at the beginning. And I think it has some advantages. You can dump a lot of feed in there. And the chickens stick their heads in through these openings. I mean, it doesn't have the auto closing function that the other feeder supposedly had, but that feeder didn't even have it because it never worked. So we'll give it a shot. Also, because it's August and we're heading into fall, you might have noticed, I switched to a mash feed instead of the crumbles, because the mash feed that they sell at IFA is higher protein. It's a 20% protein as opposed to 16% with the pellets and the crumbles. And the thinking there is, let's get them, there's some moist bits, somehow some water's gotten in there, that's not good. The thinking is, get them the higher protein mash as we head into the fall and the winter, so they can build up fat and whatever they need for the cold season. So it's definitely a different feed. You can see these big pieces of corn and other little crumbled up bits, but it's a much higher protein feed.